Hi, you. It's me. And I just have to say that when it comes to Tina Turner, I have always truly admired her for her strength and her determination. I always thought she was pretty darn amazing. And although I haven't always been a fan of her music, I've always been a fan of her. And this brings me to a story about possibly meeting her son, or one of them. Apparently there's four. I can't remember his name, so it's hard for me to determine which one of the four this was. But this happened back in 1988, and I was working at a telemarketing place. I can't remember what we were selling. Something. I don't know. It could have been toner for all I can recall. I worked at a few telemarketing places when I was young, just to make a little extra cash. Anyway, well, to support myself, honestly. But there were a lot of them then, and most of them did toners. Some of them, I think I worked at one place where they did some kind of equipment for mechanics. But anyway, I was working at this telemarketing place, and a guy came in, and there was a whole lot of hubbub about this guy. And I knew that the manager, my manager, and one of the guys that worked in the back, putting together orders and stuff. One was, well, they were both musicians, but they were both attached to the music business. They're both familiar with it and people in it. And so this guy comes in. He's got kind of red eyes, and he, was older. I mean, I was 18 at the time, so I think he might have been in his 30s, maybe 40s. I really don't recall. I just recall this guy coming in and them making a big fuss over him. And I couldn't understand what it was about until later when we were taking a break. That is my printer. If you can hear that, I don't know. If you do, I'm sorry. Anyway, during the break, we all gathered around this guy because he was the new guy, and we wanted to say hello, get to know him. And he said that he was Tina Turner's son. And according to the guy in the back and my manager, he was telling the truth. And I thought that was wild. Why does Tina Turner's son, why is he working at a telemarketing place? That seems odd. Anyway, he seemed very bitter. And he said, well, my mother bought me a house and bought me a car and then told me to figure it out. And maybe this was my 18-year-old brain, although I'm still thinking now is not 18 anymore. That's pretty generous. Honestly, got you a house, got you a car, and then told you to figure things out. I mean, that's pretty nice. I wouldn't mind if someone did that for me. Jeez. But anyway, he just seemed very bitter about it, and I don't think he worked there for very long, maybe a week. But to me, and this is just my opinion, when I looked at him, he looked like he'd been drinking a lot. He looked like he was drinking a lot. And I'm not real familiar with the signs of different drugs and things. I would say maybe he had a little pot, which at the time was illegal. Although if you're Tina Turner's son, I'm sure you could get all sorts of things. Anyway, he looked like he was very down on his luck and down on himself and very angry at Tina Turner, his mother, for treating him like that. But from what he said, from the stories that he told about how his mother did this and that for him, and then she finally kind of gave up and just stopped talking to him, it sounds like he messed up a lot. He sounds like he was into drugs, and he did a lot of things that he shouldn't be doing, and I guess she had just had enough. And so she did what she could, which honestly, that's a lot. Buying him a house and a car, I mean, that's I mean, I'm still working to get a house, although I do have a little apartment. But I just thought, I mean, that was pretty generous of her to do, in my opinion. But it just made me more impressed with her. I don't know what happened in his life. Like I said, I think he was there for a few days, a week. I didn't see him again. But it just shows strength of character, I think, that she was willing to at least give him a start and then say, okay, now you make it. You make your life. Anyway, I thought she was an awesome lady, and I don't know if he really was her son or not. My guess is probably. But either way, I think that she was a strong, amazing woman, and she will be missed.